Hey guys, SpinoDude here and welcome back to another video. Marvin, why don't you bring out the figure we're going to take a look at today? Thank you, Marvin. Alrighty guys, so today we're going to be taking a look at the 2010 CollectA Herrerasaurus. Now, before we jump into the review guys, as you can probably tell by my voice, I am having a bad relapse on my colds that I had just a couple weeks ago. I'm getting tired of getting sick, but anyway, let's move in and take a look at the figure. Now, first of all, lately I've had a minor obsession with Herrerasaurus for some reason. I just think it's such a cool dinosaur, and I never really gave it much thought until I started looking more into it recently, being one of the first dinosaurs from the early Triassic period. And what's unfortunate is there really aren't many Herrerasaurus models at all. So I went on Everything Dinosaur and I grabbed this guy, and I got a second one. Because, first of all, they were cheap, and second of all, I've been working... Stand. There we go, we'll have to lean you back on your tail there. But they were really cheap. They're like $3 a piece, which really isn't bad. And it was a Herrerasaurus. It's like one of the only Herrerasaurus figures out there. And I'm gonna do a repaint. I'm gonna do a male and female repaint on both of these and make a mini little diorama, which I'm really excited to do. But yeah, I picked this one to do the showcase on because the feet aren't warped. The feet are slightly warped on this one, but very cheap little figures. I'm looking forward to doing a diorama with both of them. And I think that's the first time in a review video where I've actually had two of the same figure on my review set. So, there's a first time for everything. But first of all, why don't we talk about the detail on this figure first? The detail isn't... It's nothing to write home about. It's not fantastic. There's some nice wrinkles and folds in the skin, and there's some scales presence, particularly on the body there. As far as like the details on the face go, the face doesn't look like a Herrerasaurus. It looks okay, I guess. It's very generic. Definitely doesn't have the shape of a Herrerasaurus skull. It is shrink wrapped. You can see the fenestra very clearly. The teeth are painted pretty nicely, actually, for this being so small, and I like the green eye. But other than that, it's really nothing incredible. I do like how the head has a slightly different color from the rest of the body, having like a brownish green airbrush on it. I think it makes it stand out a little bit from the rest of the body. And speaking of the colors are fairly generic across the rest of the body. There's nothing incredible, just like a limeish yellow-green color with some dark green stripes patterns. They're nice colors, don't get me wrong. I really like the colors they went for, but they're nothing amazing. And another thing that bugs me is that the hands are pronated. And this is a 2010 figure from CollectA, so I don't know if this is part of the Procon range where the dinosaurs were really like inaccurate. Hold on, let me look on the bottom of the other one I have off screen over here. And it doesn't say it's from the Procon range, so okay, whatever. But yeah, I mean, another thing is the hips are like extremely wide on this figure, which looks weird from above. From the side it doesn't look bad, but the tail has a nice length to it though, and surprisingly, like, if you get one that isn't warped like this one I have here, it stands surprisingly well, actually. I was expecting this one to fall over all the time, but it's balanced very well, but this one over here, as you can see, the feet are slightly messed up. I probably could do some hot, cold water or whatever, but it keeps falling over. They did have little plastic trays they came with, surprisingly, as well. I wasn't expecting that. But yeah, that pretty much covers, like, everything I have to say about this figure. As far as a Herrerasaurus figure goes, it's labeled as a Herrerasaurus. It doesn't really look like one too much, but it's like one of the only ones we have out there besides like the Schleich one, and the Schleich one really isn't great. Like, I like this one better if I'm being honest. But why don't we do a quick measurement of this figure? So Marvin, why don't you bring out the flexi ruler? Thank you, Marvin. Alrighty, we've got our trusty flexi ruler here, so let's give this Herrerasaurus a measure. Turn you to the side there a bit more. So in terms of the length from the tip of the snout to the tip of the tail, we are looking at about 5 inches, which is about 12 centimeters. And in terms of the height at the highest point, which is the top of the head over here, we are looking at a little under 2 inches, about 2 inches, which is about 4.5 centimeters. So this figure is very small. Well, why don't we zoom out here and we'll do a couple quick comparisons. Put you there. And let's bring out the second one for the heck of it, because I rarely have two of the same figure in a review. But let's bring out the recently reviewed CollectA Herrerasaurus from their 2018 range. Very similar, lengthwise with these figures, but the Herrerasaurus is clearly larger. And then I'm going to bring out the CollectA 2016, yes, I almost said 2017, 2016 Lythronax, which is starting to suffer from the warping issues that I commonly see that it has. Yeah, I can get an idea of how big this little guy is. But yeah, guys, I think that's going to do it for this review on the 2010 CollectA Herrerasaurus. Or two of the CollectA 2010 Herrerasaurus, I guess. I think this figure, it's really cheap. You know, if you want a Herrerasaurus, Triassic animals in general are really rare to get in figure form, especially a dinosaur like Herrerasaurus, which is fairly commonly heard of, but I'm surprised there aren't more figures of it out there. I just think it's such a cool dinosaur after I've been researching it more lately, and I wanted to get a figure of it. So I'm going to be putting these into a diorama. If you want to get these for yourself, you can go to Everything Dinosaurs website. I'll put a link in the description. Very cheap, only $3 US, about $3 US for each of them. So yeah, well, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, leave a like down below and subscribe to the channel. Also leave a comment telling me what you think of this Herrerasaurus figure or these Herrerasaurus figures. So thank you so much guys for watching, and as always I will see you in my next video. So take care and bye bye.